Yeah, broskis, it's that time again. The best games of July. Let's dive into them. Starting the video off is probably the least exciting game in the whole list, so why would I start with it? Well, it's called Eriksholm, and if that isn't the most Nordic thing that you have ever heard in your life, then I don't know. And as a fellow Swede, I gotta support my Nordic developers. All in all though, I have to say that it looks like a way too slow-paced but relatively competent stealth adventure with a heavy focus on narrative. We get to join Hannah on her adventure through Eriksholm, on her quest to find her brother and uncover the mystery behind his disappearance. With tons of characters, some strategic gameplay and a vibrant world, I will most likely never play this, but that doesn't take away the fact that it looks like it nails what it sets out to do. And I mean, some of you weirdos, you like this kind of stuff. Next up we got Neon Abyss 2, the pixel art side-scrolling roguelite that took the world by storm, the first one that is. But can it manage to do that once again? Well, it has a lot of followers and wishlists, I'm not 100% convinced. Don't get me wrong here, it looks great and now it offers 4-player co-op, more combat styles and unlimited amount of item synergies, which all sounds great. But dang it, it might just be me here, but it looks exactly like the first game. Did they even change a single pixel visually? It almost to me looks more like a DLC than a follow-up to the first game. Nonetheless, if the actual gameplay and roguelike progression is half as good as in the previous game, I'm all down for it. And here we got the most messed up out of all the games in today's list. And I'm not talking about dark and twisted or gory and horrendous. No, I'm talking about childhood memories being torn a new one. This right here is Bandai Namco's genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man. Yeah, you heard that right. To survive, you will discover secrets, consume your enemies, and grow from prey to apex predator. And I love the fact that some AAA studios, very few of them, are dipping their toes into uncharted territory, creating experiences that are closer to indie games than ever before. Not overpricing them and actually giving the player something fun and unique. But remember, these AAA studios, they're far and few in between. And this one looks exactly like one of those examples, with fluid side-scrolling combat, Metroidvania mechanics, and a setting that is almost as unique as this face. Now next up is a game that is even slower than the first game in the list, but one that looks phenomenally good with its excellent pixel art graphics and mesmerizing animations. Where this game needs to excel, however, is not in its combat. It is in its story and puzzles, seeing as this is a good old point-and-click game. And in this game, a murder drifter awakens, alive again, seconds before his death. Hunted and haunted help him untangle a mad web of conspiracy. Which is not usually my cup of tea, but thanks to its gorgeous visuals, it might just be a perfect rainy weekend experience. And even though I assume at the start here that this is a slow game, it actually markets itself as a fast-paced game. Yeah, whatever that means, only time can tell. Next we got the first-person shooter on the list, and it's one that I am actually very excited for. Killing Floor 3, the wave-based co-op first-person shooter that can be played solo if you so wish. The third entry into the series doesn't just mix up a lot of things set in a near-future scenario, but it also introduces a lot of new things. Like a hub world, new missions, a new progression system, and so on and so on and so on. Now the main take, however, is that this game was delayed until July, and the reason for that was the feedback that they got from the beta playtest. The game worked, it ran well, it had some cool shit, but it was not on par with the second game in terms of progression. It was not even close to on par with the first game in terms of atmosphere, so they delayed it and cooked it a little bit longer in the oven. Now they have actually posted updates on how the progress has been progressing, and I actually covered that, so go check it out on the channel if you're interested. But in my eyes, it is looking extremely promising, and I will be playing the crap out of it when it drops. Broskis, are you digging what you're seeing so far? If you want even more crazy shit like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe. It means the world to me and it doesn't cost you a dime. And while you're at it, join the Discord link down in the description. It's an amazing place with a ton of awesome people in it. Now rarely, very rarely do I cover psychological horror walking sims, but there are exceptions, like when Mike Klubnica drops a new game. He is well known for delivering short psychological horror experiences with unique twists, and it's these unique twists that make the games so interesting. And Split seems to be no different. Split is a short narrative-driven horror game with a focus on raw terminal hacking using various commands. Throughout the game, you chat with your fellow technicians in order to plan and execute a malware attack. Regardless of the outcome, your story won't be told for decades. And I mean, judging from the footage here, you will be playing from a dream setup. And then, my broskies, we got Fumes, my freaking beloved. Yes, it's coming out, and I know there is no one on this earth more excited for it than the broski Hardwater. Prove me wrong down in the comments. And after you're done with that comment, arm your vehicle with deadly weapons and roam endless wastelands in this fast-paced car combat game. Collect upgrades for your car to melt enemies and giant bosses in a absolutely bizarre world. It's got retro vibes, retro cars, retro gameplay. Yeah, that's the catchphrase for the game, and it couldn't be more true. It feels like playing a respin on Mad Max set in the PlayStation 1 era, the golden age of twisted metal. And worth mentioning is that the UI is some of the best that I have ever seen. And also the suspension on the vehicles, man. I could watch that shit bounce all day long, man. It's so bloody satisfying swooshing through bumps and jumps and comps in this game. It's something extra. Now next is one that brings trouble with it. You see, as a YouTuber with full-time work and a family, one of the biggest struggles is staying relevant. And one way to do so is to play games as close to their launch as humanly possible. And this dropping on the 22nd means that it is the 4th game within 2 days that I badly want to play and cover. Oh man. That aside though, Brutal John 2 is a solid entry into the boomer shooter genre. It doesn't reinvent the wheel in any way, but it does incorporate a lot of new things that we love with boomer shooters. It's got the guns, it's got the levels and key hunting, hell, it even has the one-liners. And I'm judging all of this from the demo alone. It's a solid time. And now it's time for a brand new side-scrolling entry into the Ninja Gaiden series from the team behind Blasphemous. And bloody hell, it actually looks good. During the showcases that I've streamed this summer, we have always ended up discussing Ninja Gaiden, as it's been a hot potato lately with all the new releases. And I have always said that the Ninja Gaiden games, they look great, but I've never really clicked with them. This on the other hand, well, this is exactly the same. It looks incredible, but will it align with my personal taste? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm hopeful, as this aims to be an old-school 2D platformer with some new paint over it. And that could be something that I vibe extremely hard with.
Ding ding! Game on!
Terminull Brigade is an action roguelike co-op hero shooter set in futuristic digital worlds. Oh crap, that sounds awful on paper honestly, but dang it, the gameplay looks so bloody smooth. I'll keep it on the list just because of that. You can play it solo as well, by the way. Yeah, my wonderfully, amazingly beautiful STRIDEN. Developed by a core team of only 8 people in the most northern parts of Sweden, STRIDEN aims to do what Battlefield could not. Bring a big-scale match and actually make it fun. I've seen this game go from taking its first baby steps into the early access that we're about to see very soon, and it's actually so freaking fun. Is it perfect? No, it's not. There is still room for improvement in the game. Hell, there's even room for more additions. But that is exactly what this early access is for. The main take is that it does something fresh and new, and it makes it fun. And the end goal is to have a competent multiplayer experience with everything from co-op missions to small and big scale maps, and modes to play around in, of course. I for one cannot wait to dive back into this. Now, it is time to start your new job as a retail store employee, balancing stacking items on empty shelves, mopping up puke, maintaining the standards of the store, handling the constant requests of the rapid consumers, and more. It's a fast-paced, first-person, anxiety-inducing thrill ride that invokes horror from the mundane of everyday life. This game looks like it's an itch.io project that got feet and ran into the most toxic mixer ever, and I freaking love it. As a man who worked 10 years in retail, I simply must play this grotesque, bizarre game. I simply have to relive those horror days of a retail worker, and this game, it seems to simply nail that feeling. And then we got the game that takes the same formula as FBC Firebreak, which is co-op mission based, but nails it. It nails it hard and good. Despite its rather bland levels and cel-shaded graphics, this game has fun missions, interesting progression, unique character abilities, and a hub world and tons of carnage. This game has so many unique ideas and twists to things that it does get a little hard to grasp everything at the start, but with a few tutorials and trials and errors, it's far from impossible to get the hang of it. And after a good short while, you'll be blasting, transforming aliens, and building your dream sci-fi weapon. And I really hope that some broski will join me in playing this. Now next up is the new standalone expansion to the latest Robocop game. This is a follow-up to the story we saw in the first game, as a new hope has sparked in the city thanks to the new Omni Tower that was meant to provide for the people in Detroit. It's no other than Robocop himself's mission to rid of the criminals who has taken control of this semi-mega structure and are now using it as their own fortress. He is still voiced by Peter Weller in this standalone expansion, and it will introduce new missions, weapons and enemies, and ways that we experience the story from being just a regular cop to the actual Robocop himself. Oh yeah, and we will get to pilot an ED-209. And now, my broskies, it is time for complete motherflippin' total chaos. Yeah, broski, the highly anticipated game from Apogee Entertainment and the creator of Turbo Overkill is finally dropping. What started off as a standalone GC Doom game has now turned into a full-fledged commercial horror game running on the Unity engine. It has been improved in every single aspect compared to its GC Doom version, and then some. The demo is brilliant and lets you play through the first 40 minutes of the game, and boy oh boy, I am so ready to blast with the weapons and shit my very own pants from the horror. Are you ready for it? Drop them comments down below, let me know, let the world know. I don't know what to say about this game. Honestly, like, it is one of the weirdest things that I've seen, but it makes me happy looking at it. It makes me want to jump into this world loaded with over 200 NPCs to interact with. It's got over 50 unique robots to kill, thousands of hand-drawn sprites and dozens of animated cutscenes. Is it an FPS though? Is it an immersive sim? Or is it just a cartoon show on Netflix? Hell, I don't know, but I think that I like it and I definitely want to play it. Oh yeah, and there is a guy named Donnie in the game, and he is a real freaking freak. Freaking freak. And now prepare thyself for two bonus games that I'm not entirely sure how hyped I am personally for them, but the first one was actually loved by many. And the second one I'm about to show, I mean, hell, it looks silly as hell, but it has something there. It has something that makes it quite interesting.
You gotta keep them separated.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Now, you're gonna need a tough team.
Time to break something. Hello, Luke.
And an even tougher ship.
Quality upgrade.
Keep her flying, and you'll find wonders beyond your wildest dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Wildgate open.
Or the other crews will blast you and take...
Thank you for watching all the way to the motherflippin' end, you beautiful son of a gun. Remember that you are bloody amazing. And remember, once again, if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. Papa Slim, he will see you in the next one. Over and out.